Hi guys. So today I'm here to talk to you about witches. In particular, I have Witches of East End by Melissa de la Cruz in my hand. Now, I bought this book ages ago when it first came out because I was a fan of Melissa de la Cruz's Blue Blood series, which is still one of my unfinished series. Like, I need to go read the rest of those now that they're all out. But anyway, I never actually read it, but I was really intrigued by the premise of the show on Lifetime called Witches of East End, based on the book. And I became obsessed with Witches of East End when it came on last fall, and I'm kind of desperately awaiting second season. So I thought I'd give the book a shot. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off by saying that if you are debating between reading the book or watching the show, watch the show. Which isn't to say that this is a bad book, but because the show really ups the drama of the whole story, which I will explain. So this is, I would describe it as a quiet novel. You have a lot going on, but it's just it just kind of rolls. It flows. It's very mellow. I never felt anxious the way I do when I watch the show. And I understand that that's an unfair comparison because the visual medium is obviously going to, create some sort of that drama element and kind of bring it in there. But essentially, the big differences are pretty glaring. In the show, the two girls don't know that they're witches, and in the book, they do, but they've been forbidden from using their powers. So that's kind of how you have the similarity of them kind of learning how to use their magic. And the villain in this book is not at all the villain who kind of wreaks all the havoc in the series. But for me, the biggest difference, I mean, some of the characters like have name changes. Like Adam in the show is like Mike in the book. And there's no Aunt Wendy in the book at this point. There's an aunt, but she like rules the underworld. So biggest difference is that they are not just witches. They are like goddesses of the hearth in this realm. So like Loki is a character in this. So that's oh, I'm gonna run over. Ooh, sorry. Do I get to run over and still get lollipops? Sorry, I'll get back to it because there's just I got a lot to say. And the relationship between Freya and Killian, which is lush and romantic and dramatic in the show, I don't really see in the book. And I mean, there's a point to it because I mean, even in the show, we've discovered that Freya and Killian like find each other in every lifetime or whatever, but and the same is true in the book. So when they meet, they just kind of magically fall in love. It's instant. But we as readers are like, okay, I don't have any buy-in, right? Like I didn't get to see them fall in love. I'm just supposed to accept that they are in love, which I mean you do, and it's not unpleasant. But I do like how the show gives us a little more insight, and I get that the show has more time, and I it's just unfair to compare the book to the show, but even the parts of the book that were kind of unique to the book, like a girl goes missing and there's a man who kills himself, these two mysteries are really primed to make this book like a page turner. But instead of like having a really compelling wrap up and conclusion, it was just sort of, it felt again like anticlimactic. Like it's like, oh, and by the way, this is how this girl got killed and this is how this guy killed himself, and you're like, oh, okay, got it. So ultimately it was a very pleasant book, very mellow. Wasn't bad, it just wasn't particularly engaging. And I mean, perhaps it can be more so. I know that she continues on with the series, But I think I will just be sticking with the amped up drama of Lifetime. I think Lifetime made a really wise decision in adapting this because you do have these great characters, and they kind of heighten the drama with, I don't know, more drama, dramatic music, the character of Aunt Wendy, like all of these things to make it just more girl powery and much more romantic and much more lush than it is in the novel. And I think it lends itself well to that. And I'm sorry, but because we've all seen Thor and the Avengers, the inclusion of the character Loki just really throws you. Why are they even saying this? What? They're like from Asgard? What? And I know that the show's going to get a little bit into that. But what? I don't know. Let's just go look at pictures of that guy who plays Killian and just call it a day.